but it's just kind of disappointing.
Dream team, stick together and make history. Golden Wonderland.
Hey, hello from the shade tent again. It's really the only place with good lighting at my parents' house. So I fly home to Mexico home in 3 days. I was sitting here, my mom's like, you need to go through this mail, and I finally got my dad's death certificate. In most states, you have to know the person's cause of death prior to cremation. Apparently, in the tiny little town that he lived in Wisconsin, that was not the rule. So we had asked my stepmom to let us know when the death certificate came in. We also reached out to the funeral home, and they told us, you know, they couldn't give it to us because she was the only person listed. Bella's gonna start barking, as next of kin. And I was like, well, that's crazy. I'm his daughter. Like, I can get his death certificate through vital statistics if I need to. Like, it would be nicer if she would just cooperate and give it to me. Bella, no bark. Belly, no bark, please. No bark, good girl. Kids, you know, my dad wasn't an active dad, my birth dad, like my biological dad. So him and my mom kind of had the agreement that she would have a life insurance policy on him since he did not take care of me during life. And it wasn't a big policy at all. It was just, you know, it would pay back maybe 1/10 of the amount of child support he failed to pay over my 18 years of youth. So my stepdad actually went ahead and ordered it for me through vital statistics. It came, and it's like, I kind of knew, but I didn't want to know, you know. My uncle, my dad's older brother, they have the same age gap as me and my younger sibling, so about 13 years. So I knew something was weird when my uncle was trying to get ahead of this. He really wanted to talk to my brother, but I'm the only person that has contact with my brother, my dad's only other biological child, and I don't give out his number. Like, that's his boundary. I respect it. I prefer to have a relationship with my brother than to appease other people in our family by giving out his contact information. So my brother really just wanted to know what the cause of death was in case it was something he needed to worry about, like genetically, since he wasn't raised by my dad either. And if it was like a heart condition or, you know, anything that we could go to a doctor about, we wanted to know. So my uncle called, and he's like, I want to tell you how your dad died. Without going too in depth, my dad was kind of wrapped up in a court case at the time of his death. And if he would have been convicted, he probably would have spent the rest of his life in jail either way. So even though it's terrible that he died, it's like, what's worse? Like, is he better off gone, or is he better off spending the rest of his life in jail? You know, it's a terrible, like, catch-22 scenario anyhow. So with the case that was happening, my uncle wanted to let us know that he felt like the police may intervene and give improper information, I guess that's not even the right word, about his cause of death, which that's not how things work. Like, the medical examiner and the police department are kind of separate. I mean, I know there's corruption within police departments, that's not what I'm saying, but I don't think that was the case in this situation. So my uncle calls and lets me know, like, your dad has always snored really bad. He's always had undiagnosed sleep apnea and never got treated for it. Like, our older cousin, Marcia, she used to be married to I can't remember the name of the basketball player, but he would go stay with her in Chicago, and she said the same thing. Like, you could hear him snoring from the other room, kind of like corroboration of this story that he had undiagnosed sleep apnea, which sure may have been a contributing factor, but that's not what the death certificate says. And I feel like, Belly, I just feel like my uncle didn't want us to think my dad died from drugs. And he wanted us to think, oh, no matter what this says, it was sleep apnea. You know, and there are some like other underlying things on here. He had type 2 diabetes. He was overweight. He had type 2 diabetes and hypertension. My mom also had type 2 diabetes. She reversed hers. She got hers after pregnancy though, so it wasn't like weight related. It was like gestational diabetes that turned into type 2, and she's reversed that. But his cause of death took an unwitnessed overdose of methamphetamine and fentanyl. Again, like, he's gone now, so the court case is kind of gone, but I mean, fentanyl was, I believe, a factor in that case. Again, I don't know all the specifics of it. My uncle kind of like a different uncle kind of filled me in on it, and obviously you can't really incriminate a dead man, but who knows, like, you know, what I should say and what I shouldn't. But it's just kind of disappointing. Here I go crying on the internet again. It's just kind of disappointing. Like, at your old ass age, why are you still doing drugs? But then that's like the judgmental part of my brain. And then the compassionate part of my brain is like, addiction is hard. You can be clean for 10, 20, however many years, and all it takes is one thing or one time or one situation. Like, I noticed he was drinking a ton around my grandma's birthday when his mom, my grandma Audrey, around his birthday, I had mentioned to my mom, like, every time I talk to him, he's very drunk or headed to the liquor store. He's drinking a lot. When we went to their house, their basement was full of alcohol, which, like, do you, like, if you want to drink alcohol, whatever. Like, I don't drink, but I'm not like judging or anything. It's just that was the observation. And, you know, people always say, like, when you drink, you smoke. Like, for him, when he drinks, he does drinks. So it's just kind of disappointing. And I was like thinking, like, damn, my grandparents would have been so disappointed. Like, his parents. My mom always says that my grandpa Bryant, my dad's dad, I'm covering myself because, like, this is that Adore Me nightie, and it's just like very not there. My mom always says that my grandpa Bryant, she thinks that he died so early because of my dad breaking his heart. Like, my dad, you know, he was 13 years younger than his only brother, my uncle, and he was like their miracle baby, and he just could never do right. He just always wanted to rob and steal and do drugs. And when I was younger, he robbed my grandparents. He robbed my grandpa, stole stuff from their house. And my mom's like, I think that broke your grandpa Brian's heart, and I think that's why he died. And his mom died. She drank herself to death too. So she drank the whole time she was pregnant with my dad. She told my mom that if he was a girl, she was gonna name him Jenny, because she drank gin her entire pregnancy. And, you know, alcoholism and addiction in general is genetic. And I see, like, those traits in me. I remember when I was like 19, everyone in my family smoked cigarettes. So I decided I wanted to start smoking. I smoked cigarettes twice and I was like, I am getting addicted to this, like 2 cigarettes, and I could tell that I was getting addicted, and I stopped, you know, never smoked again. Same thing when I was younger and I drank. I hated drinking. I hate the taste of it. I hate the way that it makes me feel. So I just cut it off. I was like, I don't want to drink out of habit because of like my family history, you know. And it was hard because back then, you guys know, I worked for the radio station and I was in clubs all the time, and by the time I was 19 I was already sober. Like, I decided I didn't want to drink anymore just because I didn't feel like it was like something that was good for me. But it's just really a bummer. Like, not that I wish he would have died from like heart failure or sleep apnea or something. It's just like methamphetamine and fentanyl. It's kind of like a gut punch. It sucks because he was a very smart person. And Bella. I don't know, it's just disappointing. But anyhow, I have about 6 bins to pull out today. I have some stuff that I need to take back to Mexico with me. I'm taking my rebounder, of course. I ordered the bag for that, the travel bag for that. So I need to go get some stuff packed. There's some kitchen things that, like my immersion blender, that can kind of substitute as a blender for right now. Depending on the weight of my bags, I might take my Ninja blender, because my parents still have my old Ninja blender, and I'll just swap them for the Blendtec. I'll leave the Blendtec here because the Blendtec has like a very big base. It's probably too heavy to take, but the little Ninja like cup style one is probably okay. I could probably get away with that. So yeah, I have all my Lululemon stuff. I got a couple pairs of drapes and some little storage bins and stuff. I don't really know where to find that stuff yet, and I don't really want to think about it. So I just got a few small things that lay flat in my luggage to make life easier. Bella's getting ready to bark. And yeah, so I'm gonna go start packing. I have to work a couple events with my mom. I've worked probably 2 events since I've been home with her. You guys know, if you're new here, my mom owns an ice cream truck here in Texas. So I've worked a couple events with my mom. I have 2 on the 4th to work with her, and then we're flying home on the 5th. I have quite a long layover in Mexico City. It's like a 5-hour layover, so I'll probably be editing this video while I'm there. And yeah, I feel like this is just going to be a travel vlog. And then next week will be like house tour, that kind of stuff. But yeah. Just need to breathe for a second. Life. Oh, actually, I'm going to show you something. Okay, so this is a casket. I keep joking with my mom that it's a casket. I was like, why'd you put my dad in a casket? So this is what I was waiting before I left to Mexico. In the vlog, I kept saying, I'm waiting to post this because I want to show you something. I'm waiting because I want to show you something. The something never came. It didn't come until I had left. It came the next week. So my mom got this little stuffed animal of my dad made. So funny. She picked out his outfit. And this is a picture of him when he was in the Bahamas with my cousin Cammie and his wife. So that is my dad's face. And then it also has his signature. This is the signature that was either on their marriage license or on my birth certificate. It's a little iron-on thing. I can iron it on the back. And it was supposed to come with like a zipper to insert something, but it didn't, so I'll have to do like the seam ripper. So this has like recorded voicemails that he left me, so it's supposed to go inside of him. It's actually quite big, so I don't know if it's actually going to fit inside of him. We'll see. But it has voice messages from him.
This is your pops. Let's call it Sam up. I'll call you back later. Love you back.
So it has 2 voicemails on it. I just played the first one because the second one has his phone number in it. So that's what my mom bought me because she doesn't think my step monster is gonna send his ashes, even though she said she was gonna send me, my uncle, and his favorite cousin, Marcia, which I remembered the guy, Walt Frazier. She was married to Walt Frazier, and they have their son, Walt Frazier Jr., together. She was supposed to send all of us ashes, but she has gone no contact with us, which, you know, it's fine. I don't know what I'd do carrying around ashes anyway. So this is my dad in his little casket. So I'm gonna take it with me back to Mexico. I don't know if I'll have time to put the heart inside of him or not, but yeah, I wanted to show you this because I was teasing that something interesting was coming in from my mom, and this is it. I'm in my mom's little car today. I have 2 choices of cars, the ice cream car or the Corvette. So I chose the ice cream car today, and I'm at Dutch Bros getting the caramel pumpkin brulee cold brew. It's so good. I love it. There it is, pumpkin brulee. I got the sweater weather like last week. I did not like it. I thought it was too sweet. I didn't like the white coffee, and because like that's the type of coffee in it. I didn't think it tasted like coffee, even though they said it would. And their chai's not that good because it's not full concentrated. It already has like dairy, so no for me. Here she is, my last Dutch Bros before I head back home. We're watching In the Dark. My hair is 3/4 done. We just have this poof to go, and then my flight's at 4 a.m. tomorrow morning. So I'll show you something really quick. Hopefully I can get all this stuff on the flight. I still have to call Aeromexico and check on one thing. So I have these 2 bags that can be up to 70 pounds because I'm flying first, but I need to weigh them. And then my Bellicon bag finally came. Oh, it's kind of dark. Hold on. Is that better? Okay, my Bellicon bag came. This is the thing I have to check on. Most airlines will let you do like sporting goods. I see people bring like skis, snowboards, stuff like that. Hopefully they'll allow this to go. They said it has to be less than 62 inches, and it's 44. So hopefully I'm able to bring it, fingers crossed. That is the end of this vlog and the end of this camera. The display literally just fell off of it. I ride these Canon G7Xs until the wheels fall off. I have a new one as a backup that I will be switching over to right after this. Like literally the display on this just broke. It already has duct tape on it. Anyways, YouTuber life. I have a new one. Vlogs will go on. But RIP our old Canon G7X. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, get out there and love life, and I will see you very, very soon. Bye.
We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be. Life with no distractions, we'll get away. This is what we waited